Hi Aries, welcome to Carol's Universe Tarot Readings from the Heart. Thanks ever so much for joining me on your reading. Just to let you know a couple of differences that we're going to have on the channel going forward. I'm doing mid-month readings now, so I'm doing for the first 2 weeks of the month and then the second 2 weeks of the month. And for those months you'll get a Gypsy Tarot love spread. And you'll also get a Celtic Cross general reading. Okay, so you've got 4 readings per month per sign coming up. I'm doing it that way because I like the immediacy of those readings. I think that they pan out a little bit more better than just doing a monthly reading. Also on the Celtic Cross generals you'll see me now. Now that's how I started out the channel, appearing on screen. It wasn't because I was lazy that I was just doing the hands. It was because of timing and having the time to kind of set up the video equipment and, you know, to render the videos and get them uploaded in time. It was taking time, and I don't really like recording on Movie Maker because it's shit quality. I'm recording on this video on Mavavi, which is slightly quicker to render, but in terms of talking on screen I have to wear a headpiece, and I don't really want to do that. So what we're doing, yeah, you'll see me on camera. I just have to put my timings right, get the timings right to do the readings, and then for the Celtic, and you'll only see the cards on the Gypsy Tarot love spread. So this reading is for the 1st to the 15th of September for Aries. Okay, Universe Spirit, what's coming in a Gypsy Tarot love spread for Aries? Show me Aries, what's going on? Show me Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs in terms of their love situation in the first 2 weeks of September 2017. Show me Aries. What's going on with Aries? Show me Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs. Aries, Sun, Moon and Rising signs for their love situation in the first 2 weeks of September. Show me. Alright, so we're going to split the deck. Like so. And we're going to put it together. And what we're going to do, we're going to start laying the cards out. So the first top line of cards, 7 cards, Aries, is to do with what the situation's about. We're going to pull these up just slightly here so we've got enough room for everything. Seven. The second line is how you're responding to the situation. And the third line is representative of what the root issue is. So what's the reason for everything going on here? There we go. Okay. So let's have a look for you guys. Alright, so we've got the mental and emotional. What's the situation going on around that? Well, the Three of Wands. Three of Wands can often be about a third party situation going on. With the Three of Wands, this person here has turned their back on the past. For some of you guys, it might be the situation is about looking to the future in terms of love, because the Three of Wands is about putting a relationship to the past, looking to the future. Some of you guys might be, the situation might be around you launching something. And I'm sorry if the lighting is not great at the moment. Whenever the sun shines through my window, it takes out everything of the cards, and I do apologise for that. But some of you guys, it might be that you're looking to launch something new with that Three of Wands energy. It could be that somebody's turned their back on you, but this is a fire sign card, so I would imagine that this was Aries. Let's have a look at what your mental and emotional is about that. So here we've got the situation, and this is how you're responding to it in the mental and emotional. So if you're looking to launch something new, it might be mentally and emotionally that you are withdrawing yourself around whatever this new thing is. Now the Hermit card means to seek inward reflection. It doesn't mean that you withdraw yourself from everything in life, from people, or from, physically withdraw. It really means that you're taking time to seek something here, to seek answers. So if you're looking to launch, if the situation is around you guys perhaps launching something new here, I feel around this mentally and emotionally, you guys might be feeling slightly withdrawn mentally. You're trying to seek something, you're seeking an answer with this Hermit card, okay? So there's time for inner reflection. Emotionally, with the Hermit card, again, for me, this is about seeking some form of emotional introspection around the situation. I feel that the situation is about some of you guys launching something new. You might have turned your back on something here. You're launching maybe a new relationship potentially. Threes represent new beginnings within the tarot. It might be that there's communication from afar, for example, but mentally and emotionally, it might be that you're feeling slightly withdrawn on this until you seek the answers. And I want to see what the root energy is for that. What's the reason for that? Because of the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords, it could be that there's a quick change that came in. Knight of Swords, it could be that there's a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius individual around some of you guys. But it might be that you're seeking introspection here because you don't want to rush in too quickly with the Knight of Swords. Knight of Swords is very different from a Hermit. A Hermit would take its time to seek answers. Alright, a Hermit doesn't move too quickly, okay? It can also be, because Hermits are number 9, it sometimes means that there's a transition. Something is coming to a completion stage within your life, and it might be the reason for that completion is somebody came in, because Knight of Swords often represents incoming situations. When you get the Knight of Swords, it can be a messenger, somebody's communicating with you very fast, somebody's come in very, very fast. So I do feel that you guys, the situation is about launching something new. I feel with this Three of Wands. I feel that as a result of that, what we've got, well, what is it about this Three of Wands? What is it that you're launching new? Well, your focus mentally and emotionally is on the Hermit. If this is a person that you're focused on, it could be a Virgo individual, Aries, but it could also be with the Hermit card that somebody came in, somebody's seeking love. Hermits represent people that are seeking. So wherever the torch is focused, nowhere. There's no cards before this torch. But this person might have come in. It might be that you're launching something new. Well, what is it that you're launching new? The Hermit. Okay, so the Hermit can also be some form of introspection, some time alone, because the Hermit card represents to withdraw, to be alone. We can read it in all sorts of ways. If you're launching something new, is the situation with the Three of Wands, which is what the Three of Wands often is. It might be with the Hermit card. Well, what is it about that you're launching the Hermit? Well, it could be that you're launching your own time. Your own time to heal, your own time to find out what your own passions are with that Hermit energy. And that might be because of the Knight of Swords energy. Maybe something ended quite swiftly as well, because the Knight of Swords represents situations that come in fast, but they can end very fast as well. Three of Wands can also be the card of waiting, unfortunately. So if the situation is that you guys are waiting, well, what is it you're waiting for? Are you waiting for a Hermit to come forward? Somebody to come back, somebody to reevaluate. Hermits can represent people that reevaluate situations. It's because of the Knight of Swords energy. Maybe something happened really quick. Maybe a quick change occurred in a situation. Remember, Knights represent changes in situations as well. What's going on around your personal situation? Well, the situation is the Three of Cups. This is often about friendships, engagements. Three of Cups is, this is about an agreement, for example, but Three of Cups is usually a friendship card. So it might be that there is a friendship happening around you with that Three of Cups. It can also represent third-party situations. But what is it about this Three of Cups that's happening in the first 2 weeks of September? Well, around this friendship, it might be that you guys have some hope. You've got the Star card here. There's an aspiration for something going on here. So the situation is about a friendship here. I feel that what's manifesting as a result of that is the Star card, okay? So it might be something that you're very focused on, Aries, something that you've still got an aspiration for, something that you're still very hopeful for. But what's the reason for that? Because of the Eight of Cups. So some of you guys might have walked away from a situation, a love situation, for example. I get the feeling here now, because we've got here the Eight of Cups being the situation, the root energy for this, and I feel that this is about friendships with the Three of Cups. It might be around those friendships what you're experiencing as the Star, and the Star could be lucky changes of situations. It can be that your hopes are being realised with this Star card. Could be because with the Eight of Cups you'd ventured towards something new. Perhaps with this Eight of Cups you left love behind, you decided to go in a new direction and things are actually happening. But that's why I feel that mentally and emotionally The situation is about launching something new here, because I think that you walked away from something. But around launching something new, mentally and emotionally, you might be withdrawing just a little bit here because of the Knight of Swords. Maybe things are happening too quickly with this Knight of Swords in the first 2 weeks of September, and there is a need to draw back with that Hermit energy, because we've got the situation about being maybe a friendship here. And around that friendship, what's happening in the present situation around the first 2 weeks of September is things are really looking up with this star energy. Why is that? Because you left something behind, but also because you're walking and venturing to something new with the Eight of Cups energy. What are your hopes around love in the first 2 weeks of September, Aries? Well, the Six of Cups is the situation. I feel that the situation is about having some form of a bond with this individual. I feel that the Six of Cups is about a new relationship potentially with this Six of Cups energy. I don't think it's a past thing, because you've got the energies of newness coming in. You've got this Three of Wands showing up especially, which I would read as possibly being something that's new. I feel that this Six of Cups here around your hopes, well, the situation is about a relationship that's nice, it's clean, it's caring, it's filled with joy, abundance, there's liveliness, there's happiness here with the Six of Cups. But what's manifesting as a result of that? Well, there you go. Around this, your hopes are the Four of Wands. For some of you guys, you'll be looking towards engagements, marriages, happiness, successful completion of the first stage of the relationship with the Four of Wands. It's all about happiness, events, abundance, you know, being together, going out, enjoying one another's company. What's the reason for that, Aries? There you go, because you've got the Empress showing here. I'm so sorry about the lighting on the cards. And when you get the Empress energy, this Empress energy represents a relationship that has the potential to flourish. It's because you feel that there's a relationship that has the potential to flourish here, Aries, with the Empress energy showing. Also, it could be because you feel that this person's quite nurturing, quite nice, quite sweet, caring, all the traits that the Empress would show. Also, there's a great deal of sexual and physical energy going on here between you and another person, Aries. Let's have a look at what your expectations are. Well, the Ace of Pentacles is the situation. So this is the potential for a long-term commitment. When you get the Ace of Pentacles, it is about commitment, but it's also an ace. So the ace is the concept card. All right, I'm so sorry about the lighting. I might have to go and shut the curtains in a little while. But the Ace of Pentacles here is the situation, and this is about the potential to have a long-term commitment within this situation. But what are you expecting as a result of that energy? What is it around that energy that you're expecting? Well, you're expecting the Emperor. Now, Emperor is difficult to read for love, because the Emperor can represent that you're building a strong foundation with another individual, but it can also represent blockage. But I feel that the expectations around that long-term commitment would be to build a long-term, strong, stable foundation with this individual, with the Emperor energy. And what's the reason for that? Because of the King of Swords. All right, so this could be the person that we're looking at here for some of you guys. It could be an Aquarius, Gemini, Libra. Now, the King of Swords in terms of love, this is a straight talking, upright person. They're not going to fill you with flaff. So I feel that if you've walked away from a situation in the past where somebody, you know, has given you all of the jargon of I love you and you're my destiny and you're my future, and then nothing's come of it, the King of Swords wouldn't do that. The King of Swords would be logical, he'd be fair, he'd be rational, and he'd be balanced. He'd be more than likely to say to you, you know what, I really like you a lot, but at the end of the day, let's see how this goes, because we're at the start of this thing. Let's see how this pans out between the both of us, okay? Let's take our time, because he's rational. He's not into the flaff that a King of Cups would probably give to you. And the King of Cups King of Cups, Knight of Cups, when you get cup energy, they're very, very nice, but they're nice in the here and now, because the King of Cups can easily turn to being a devil, for example, or the King of Cups can easily turn to being, you know, a Knight of Wands or a Knight of Swords, for example. So this guy is usually quite straight up. If it's not an air sign, it will be somebody who communicates clearly, they communicate fairly, and they're very rational in their thoughts and ideas and how they're implementing things. What is it you don't see coming in the first 2 weeks of September, Aries? Well, there you go. The Nine of Cups is nice. So this situation will be emotional contentment and emotional happiness. Could be possibly a lot of kind of socializing, parties, that type of thing, because that's what the Nine of Cups energy is. But what is it that you're not seeing coming in? Because this is the situation as a result of that Knight of Cups. Well, the Seven of Cups. So this is the card about looking at options. So for some reason, what you're not seeing coming in is there might be some form of an event some of you guys are going to. It could mean that there are other options around that event. It might be what is telling us coming in is that there are lots of other options for you to look at. But what is the reason for that? Because everything seems to be going really well here with an individual. For some of you Aries people in the first 2 weeks of September. Because of the Queen of Cups. It's because of your feelings. So some of you guys, it might be either that it's you, Aries, that have a feeling that this isn't right for you because everything looks good. Your hopes are good. Your expectations are good. Sorry, your hopes are good here. Your expectations are good here. So why is it that what's coming in is you guys might be looking at other options here? This is either you or the person. It's one of the two. But this person looks quite grounded. He's a King of Swords. King of Swords are usually quite grounded energies as far as I'm concerned in terms of love. Whether they're air signs or they've got the traits of a King of Swords. This is the no messing about type of individual that tends to show up in the tarot, especially when it comes to love. He doesn't make choices easily. He doesn't go with his feelings. He goes with his thoughts. And he goes with what's right and what's fair and what's just. But for some reason, what's coming in for some of you guys, there might be the situation is an event. Nine of Cups is an event card. It's where you go out partying, drinking, having a good time with friends. Around that event, it might be what you don't see coming in is lots of different choices. Why are there lots of different choices? Because of the Queen of Cups energy. This might be the choice. Might be that there is a water sign coming in here. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian that you see, for example. It might be something to do with your deep feelings and intuition on the matter. It's either you or this individual that does this. What's the immediate future for love for Aries? Well, the situation is around a Queen of Pentacles energy showing here. Queen of Pentacles is about using your common sense. So the situation might be around using common sense in this matter, looking at what the potential of the matter is, the potential of the relationship is, because this is a card which says you're in a relationship and you're saying, okay, how can we grow this relationship? What's the potential of this being long lasting? But what's coming in? That's the situation. But what's coming in around that situation? Well, the Nine of Pentacles. So for some of you guys, you're going to be experiencing the Nine of Pentacles here. The Nine of Pentacles could be pleasure, just pleasure in the relationship, because that's what Nine of Pentacles is. Nine of Pentacles is usually for me a non-exclusive relationship when you're with someone. So it's saying, you know, friends with benefits, for example, is Nine of Pentacles. Or Nine of Pentacles at worst can be, well, I'm better off on my own with this Nine of Pentacles. Perhaps because some of you guys are using your common sense. And I think it's around this situation, but I can't see why. Maybe something's come in here that's made you recognise that you don't want this relationship. If that's not the case, then it's the other person that's recognising this. And that's why some of you guys might be on your own with this Nine of Pentacles. But we're going to see why we've got the Nine of Pentacles showing here. Because of the Seven of Swords. It might be for some of you guys you're looking to avoid a situation here. Seven of Swords shows up here, but it's the same as this King of Swords. So unfortunately, if it's this person that's doing it to you, Aries, it might be that they've got the gift of the gab instead with the King of Swords. Alright, unfortunately he does show us a straight up guy usually in terms of love, from what I've found in terms of the tarot. Okay, but for some reason, the Queen of Pentacles is the situation. The Queen of Pentacles is looking at the situation from a very common sense, practical, pragmatic point of view, in which what you're experiencing coming in around this is the Nine of Pentacles. All right, it could be one-way relationship, friends with benefits, especially if this area is this person making the decision. They might say to you, look, let's just have a friends with benefits relationship. I don't want anything exclusive. You know, I don't want to be in each other's pockets. Why is that? Because the Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords shows a trickster, somebody who's being quite deceptive, or somebody who's trying to avoid some form of responsibility. If this is you, then this might be you doing this to this individual. And what's the overall outcome for love? Well, the Four of Swords. For some of you guys, the situation is about a pause and a break happening within this relationship. And what's manifesting? What's the reason for that? Let's have a look. Because of the King of Cups. So the King of Cups is interesting. It's about, I feel that this is about emotional integrity. It's about emotional responsibility with this King of Cups. So some of you guys, it might be that you're taking a break. Why are you taking a break here? Well, it's shown because of a King of Cups here. And I feel that this is your energy more than anything here. It's about what's emotionally good for you. Especially if this King of Swords here is the one that's looking at other options. Could be another person, for example, that this person would be looking at, but it could also be because they've got a deep intuition on terms of what their feelings are. One of the two. Some of you guys might be going to an event. It might be around that event you see other options. And why are you looking at other options? Because of the Queen of Cups energy. Maybe your intuition, deep feelings on the matter are saying, I'm not ready for this right now. I feel that if this is this King of Swords here that's doing this, he or she goes to an event. They're looking at other options around that event. It might be because there's a Queen of Cups, another individual, a water sign, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. I feel that the situation is being pragmatic, looking at the situation from a common sense point of view, either you or this individual, in which around this, the immediate future will be the Nine of Pentacles. It will either be a friends with benefits relationship, you're not in each other's pockets, or it will be you guys possibly being on your own. Nine of Pentacles represents somebody on their own. But why is that? Either you want to avoid this relationship with the Seven of Swords, Aries, or this person's looking to avoid. They might also be playing the field a little bit. They're being a bit of a liar with the Seven of Swords, especially if they say to you, let's just be friends, or let's just keep this an easy relationship. They might not be telling you the whole truth, especially if their other options are involving a water sign, possibly individual. Lastly, we see taking a break, and I feel that this taking a break here, Aries with that Four of Swords, well, it's to do with the King of Cups, and the King of Cups is about emotional responsibility, emotional intellect. So emotionally, it's about looking at a situation and saying, is this really fair, or is this really right to me, and what's the reason for that? Because there are concerns with the Moon energy. Okay, if this is this person in the overall outcome, then they're taking a break. Why are they taking a break? Because they're a King of Cups. Alright, and a King of Cups is somebody who feels unconditional love, but also it's about being emotionally responsible. Why are they emotionally responsible? Do they hold a secret? We've got the Moon showing here. So it shows some form of a vice going on here, for example, that they've got. Or they're holding a secret, especially you've got Seven of Swords and the Moon here. Not good energies together. Underhandedness, deceit and secrecy. Could be if this person, if it's the person around you doing this, Aries, they've got other options. They're looking at somebody else potentially. If this is you, it's because your intuition, I feel, is telling you something. You might also be looking at somebody else, Aries. You choose to go it alone, perhaps, with the Seven of Pentacles, because you want to avoid being in a relationship with this individual here. Your emotional common sense says to you, take a break, because I'm not certain of this relationship, or maybe I've got something else going on. This Queen of Cups, Seven of Swords and the Moon. Okay, so that's what I'm seeing in terms of your love reading. Okay, for the first 2 weeks in September 2017, and let's have a look at what the romance angels. So sorry about the lighting, but I can't get up and draw the curtains because I'm on this reading now. Angels, what is the advice that you have for Aries in love for the first 2 weeks of September? What is the advice that you have for Aries? What is the advice that you have for Aries and their love lives in the first 2 weeks of September? Show me. It says ask your angels. What do they need to ask their angels? I hope you can see that, guys. Ugh. I'll have to draw these curtains for the next readings. This is ridiculous. There you go. Ask your angels. What does Aries need to ask their angels about? What do Aries need to ask their angels about? Saying yes. It's unlikely. You need to be assertive. So it's saying ask your angels, yes, it's unlikely, and you need to be assertive. So sorry about the lighting, guys. I really am, but it can't be helped. I'll have to draw the curtains for the next readings. I'm going to get what the romance angels are saying to you as well. Let's see the romance angels. Universe Spirit, what do the romance angels have to say to Aries about their love lives in the first 2 weeks of September? What do the romance angels... Okay. What do the romance angels have to say to Aries? What do you have to say about the first 2 weeks of September? Show me. Pay attention. There you go. Pay attention to the red flags. It says the signs are cautioning you. Alright? So just be aware of that. You know, just be aware. All right, we'll quickly go through this reading again because I didn't do the finishing points of the reading. All right, so mental and emotional Aries, you've got the Three of Wands. I think that you're launching something new. The situation for me with the Three of Wands is about launching something new. But around that situation, launching something new, mentally and emotionally, you're already being cautious because you're withdrawing a little bit here with the Hermit energy here. Why are you withdrawing a little bit here? Why are you seeking some inner reflection around that? It might be that it's moving too fast with the Knight of Swords energy. It might be somebody's moving in too fast with this Knight of Swords energy showing here. As a result of that, in the present situation, well, you've got a situation is about a friendship, joy, coming together with another individual. But around that situation, it might be what you're experiencing, the Star. Things are looking very good with the Star card. Things are looking up. Things are looking really aspirational. You seem to be getting what you wanted. Why is that? Because of the Eight of Cups. You might have left an old relationship behind. You might think, well, I'm venturing towards something new, so this has got to be the one, in a way, despite your misgivings here. Around your hopes, well, the situation is about possibly a soulmate relationship or somebody that you feel very connected to, somebody that you really like, somebody that you're having a lot of a really nice time with. But around that, your hopes would be possibly, with the Four of Wands, happiness, contentment, joy, abundance, possibly in the long-term marriage, that type of thing with the Four of Wands. Because it seems with the Empress, you're really starting to kind of build something with this person. The relationship feels good. It feels like it's flourishing. Despite your misgivings here, everything kind of feels good with that Empress energy. Also, deep attraction with the Empress energy. What are your expectations? Well, the situation is around long-term commitment or the potential for one, in which what you're expecting is the Emperor. Now, the Emperor can be you're expecting obstacles, all right? Or it can be that you're expecting to build a strong foundation. If you're expecting to build a strong foundation with this person, it might be because you feel that they are completely honest, clear-cut, clear thinking. You know, this is the card of honesty, is the King of Swords. This person says what they feel, all right? They won't lie to you, or they shouldn't. It might be because you feel that this person's being completely honest with the King of Swords energy. What you can't see coming in, though, is a situation with the Nine of Cups. This is the card about events, happiness, drinking, being out, partying, that type of thing. Around that, somebody's looking at other choices. Seven of Cups, other options. Why is that? Could be because of another person. Queen of Cups. It could be a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancerian individual. It could also be that if this is you, you're looking at other options because really what you feel deep down could be referring to the mental area. You're not quite sure about what's going on with this individual. The immediate future shows the Queen of Pentacles being the situation. This is about looking at the situation pragmatically with your common sense, not in some lovey-dovey, airy sense, but really looking at it. What potential does this hold? Around this, what you'll experience the Nine of Pentacles, some of you guys might decide to go it alone. It might be, if this is the King of Swords doing this to you, they'll either say something like, you know, let's just be friends, or, you know, let's just be friends that see each other sometime. But essentially, this is the card about a non-exclusive relationship and being on one's own. But why is that? Either you're avoiding being in a relationship with this person. It might be to do with your mental area, or it might be to do with this person who's avoiding it with you because they're playing around, especially if they're looking at other options. Could be with another individual, a Queen of Cups. The overall outcome shows, I think the situation is you guys taking a break from an individual, or they're taking a break from you. But why is that? So what is the situation around that? Well, this is about using emotional intelligence with the King of Cups. And why is that? It could be either that you're concerned, you've got some deep concerns about this relationship with the Moon card. It might be that you're holding a secret back, especially if you've been looking at other options. Or it could be that this person's holding a secret back if they've been looking at other options too. And the cards are saying, from the angel answers, ask your angels, yes, it's unlikely for this relationship, and you need to be assertive within this, so honest within the situation, with yourself or with another individual. And the romance angels are telling you to pay attention to the red flags. So if something seems too good to be true, it usually is. If you do have a certain intuition, I feel, around the situation, Aries, You kind of need to get yourself out of it. Don't wait to get hurt if this is the case. Get yourself out of it. If something doesn't feel right, it usually isn't. Okay, that's your love reading for the first 2 weeks of September. I would like to say, Aries, thanks ever so much for joining me on Carol's Universe, and I'll speak to you soon. Take care.